You're viewing Sunnyside Live 42.
And get your hat.
And I'm glad you are.
Leave your bogey on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Keep your gait a bit pat, and your troubles with no slow step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
We're starting out with Duck's Breath Mystery Theater art show from Grand Finale. We got people talking about our show, and then we're going to be showing you the sketches over the next 3 days. 3 episodes, art show, a classic. And why did the AI chicken cross the road? Got another answer today. We got Dr. Science, the new looking Dr. Science. Yeah. And we got Jane Wilson. Jane Wilson is Jane Wilson.
I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
Hello. Yeah, we got a little rugged start there. That's because we're working here at low budget, no budget broadcast to the world, but we can because of modern technology. It's unbelievable that I can make this show and that anybody in the world could see it if they wanted to. Not that many people want to, but some people do, like you. And I don't think you're probably watching it now while I'm doing it, but there are people now watching it during the day, and I'm feeling good about that. But the most important thing is that we're releasing 2 new videos a day, and people are watching them. And we're building an audience for sunny side humor, which is basically humor that I like. And I think is the kind of humor that Duck's Breath Mystery Theater produces. We're not dead. Everybody's still alive, and we could still do stuff together, except we'd all have to wear sunglasses like I'm. So, because the eyes really reveal how old you are. But I look young with sunglasses. Maybe you don't think. Well, of course you think that. It's a television show about comedy. The Queen. We almost forgot the Queen. I was going to go right to Duck's Breath. Let's go to the Queen. Okay, fire away that joke. When does a doctor get upset? I don't know. When does a doctor get upset? When he runs out of patience. So there you go. That's humor. 2 uses of the same sounding word. Little juxtaposition. Let's get to the Duck's Breath right now. Art show. This is the opening of art show. Grand finale. I think.
Morning. Welcome to World Culture on Parade. Make sure you sign the attendance thing or you won't get any credit. This morning, art for a good time. Yes, we're going to do all paintings with the help of the one-eyed monster, the old opaque projector. You'll see some of the greatest artworks ever exposed in one place. All right, let's go to where painting really gets off. to the Renaissance. This is 1443. Mr. Van Eyck, the wedding of Giovanni Arnold.
Our show started in Iowa City, and I remember us writing it in the old armory, and it was because Leon taught art history.
I was the cultural climate TA to a giant theater history class for like 300 freshmen, and I did the slides.
Doing these seminars where you cover the entire cultural and artistic history of the Western Hemisphere in one semester.
I think it's the essence of what Duck's Breath is. It's taking something that it's funny, even if you don't know the paintings, and if you do know the paintings, it's funny. And then if you see the painting later on at the Louvre or something, and you go, oh, it's funny then.
It's one of our classics.
This is 1443, Mr. Van Eyck, the wedding of Giovanni Arnolfi. Now, you know this is your Renaissance by the microscopic detail. You'd recognize Giovanni anywhere.
Okay, that's the first section of that, and I broke the film up into sections that are 2 minutes and 20 seconds or less, so that they could run as a serial on Twitter, which is now X. And everybody said, "What are you doing? Just put it up there." And I said, "Well, you know, it's I can use it in social media that way, and we're probably gonna release that and Gonad and Zadar and everything as serials on Sunnyside YouTube." But also, that's the way you can easily find stuff. I want to go see Art Show, and so you can go to Sunnyside YouTube and you can look down the playlist and you can find Art Show to show somebody instead of watching the whole video. Anyway, that's my thinking, even though I guess it's a little wacko. All right, who's wacko? I'll tell you who's wacko is Dr. Science. Let's get some Dr. Science. Again, I'm shocked by how funny these are. Evergreen, like. They're funny now. These were recorded quite a few years ago, but they're still pretty dang funny. Thank you, Dan and Dan. Huh.
Ask Dr. Science. So let's ask Dr. Science.
That's me.
Remember, he knows more than you do.
That's right.
Alex Olszewski from Cottage Grove, Minnesota writes, Dear Dr. Science, what do you consider to be the best insecticide for eliminating software bugs?
I use DDT. I don't know if you can buy it anymore, but we scientists still have drums of it left over from what I like to call the Our Friend the Atom days. Not that DDT had anything to do with atomic physics. No, it's simple chemistry, like hydrazine, the chemical handyman that does such a wide variety of chores. But getting back to software bugs, if you're afraid of getting dust in the hardware and you don't want poison gas corroding your new hard disk, try using one of those high-pitched ultrasonic screamers. To the human ear, they sound like nothing more than an annoying whine, but to a bug, they're an instant nervous breakdown. Leave it on overnight, and the next morning, shake your computer over the wastebasket. Chances are you'll fill it full of software bugs, which you can keep dormant in the freezer until you send them to your enemies, sprinkled generously on a floppy disk.
Thank you, Dr. Science. R. Bowen from Royal Oak, Michigan writes, Dear Dr. Science, what goes through the minds of the smart bombs the last few seconds before they obliterate themselves? Do they resent us?
Of course they do. In fact, smart bombs are mainly composed of solidified resentment, a hard brown substance which the Germans called Schmerz, the French call ennui, and the Irish call life. Indeed, most smart bombs are manufactured in Ireland, where the resentment against the British that's built up over the centuries is finally put to good use. The smartest of smart bombs are the poets, who skillfully spin out beautiful verse during their free fall towards self-destruction. When they do explode, they do so as privately as possible to minimize damage to anyone but themselves. After purchasing them from the Irish, we modify them by removing their artistic sensibility, turning them into dumber, less sensitive performers. In short, into Americans.
Thank you, Dr. Science.
Well, there's couple little technical goopy gups today, but there you go. Gooply gups are us here at No Budget, Low Budget Productions. Duck spots. Yeah. That's been actually one of the problems is that we've never had any investor at all, really, in duck spots because we want to run everything and we don't want anybody to tell us what to do. That's the problem. George Slaughter, who was the producer of Laugh-In, saw us and put us on a thing replacing Laugh-In at one point. And he just said, you guys, you got to go to the store and buy some good clothes. And we went, oh, okay, well, no, we don't want to do that. We're getting our clothes from Goodwill because they're funny. So we just think we're funny. I think I know what's funny. And therefore, we're going to crawl up out of YouTube to engage the world sometime before I die, which will not be far away, according to statistics. I'm already closing in on the median age of. Okay. We are not being comedy directed. Let's get, this is brand new. This is a brand new piece. It's going to be premiere today at noon, along with the Jane Wilson that we're going to see after this one. The original stuff written by Laurent Martini, who I think is a fabulous writer. And these pieces are being made in a very fun way. No, not that.
Across the road.
Because it replaced the original chicken, which is where humanity is going, but no one seems to care.
Okay. I think we got a gummy space bar, which is how we turn this on and off. But we've spent enough time babbling today. Let's get out of here. Let's go to Jane Wilson, our feature. Jane Wilson is Jane Wilson. I love Jane Wilson, and I'm so glad she agreed to do this. 13 episodes of Jane Wilson providing tips, life tips, living tips. I don't know. I forgot what we have a what do you call it? A tagline now, but I figured it out yesterday and I can't remember today exactly what it is. Okay, come on, Jane. Come on, Jane.
Hi, it's Jane Wilson with some helpful tips about running the thermostat inside your house. We have a little bit of an argument going on here in my household. Earl Sr. likes it to stay super cold in the wintertime and super hot in the summertime in an effort to save money on utility bills. So his rule is it has to be over 80 in the summer and under 67 in the wintertime. And we do not turn on the heat in the wintertime until Thanksgiving. Well, it is dipped into the 30s here in Iowa. And as you can see, I have a blanket around me. So here's my hint and my helpful tip for today is when your husband goes to sleep, just turn the temperature up. Just go ahead and put the furnace on because he sleeps so soundly, he doesn't even know I've done it. And then he wakes up in the morning and says he slept so pleasantly and has no clue as to why he did that. Anyway, that's my helpful tip for today. I hope you have a great day, and this is Jane Wilson.
Oh, she's great. She's great. I'm so glad you watched this, viewed this program whenever you did, because I know it. In some way, my vibrating body is picking up signals from the future about people watching this, and they're telling me that you're watching it right now. You watched it all the way through. Oh, I can't tell you how much it means. I can't tell you. Oh, we didn't want to start the show. We wanted to end the show. Okay, we're going to end the stream right now.